What's up, fam? We're starting the week with a bunch of news when it comes to Terra Luna. I'm seeing it here trending on Twitter, and I'm like, wow, okay, LUNC, I get it. I mean, take a look at the prices coming up. People are selling, buying, whilst buying, and it's crazy, right? People want to see the price go up. I get it. Me too. I own this, so let's go, right? LUNC to the moon. Why not? But now, KWON. I'm like, okay, well, what did he say on Twitter, right? He likes to post things on Twitter. Well, let's go ahead and click and investigate what's going on, and boom! Yep, as you're seeing right now, breaking news. The hacker group Anonymous made a message for KWON earlier today. And I'm like, okay, so what did they say? Well, they have a YouTube channel, of course, and they've been talking to other different people that most of us know, Elon Musk, Vladimir Putin, and you know, they have their own agenda, whatever. But making a video about KWON kind of makes us wonder, like, what's going on? Are they for or against KWON? And that is exactly what we're going to be doing right now. Watching the video, I'll give you my reaction, and that's pretty much it. Terra KWON receives a non-threatening anonymous video. Here are the details. Go ahead and scroll down. Let's go ahead and play it.
Greetings, citizens of the world. This is a message from Anonymous for KWON. The past several months have been bad for crypto and the economy as a whole. We were likely going to experience some pain in the crypto industry because of the macro environment regardless of what was happening internally. We were also due for another bear market this year, but the actions of KWON, the founder of the Terra Luna ecosystem, is single-handedly responsible for scamming billions of dollars away from retail investors. KWON made a name for himself with his arrogant tactics, trolling competitors, critics, and acting like he would never fail. In fact, he said that he found it entertaining to watch other projects fail.
I wonder how many of these companies you think are entering the space just because it's hot and there's a lot of funding versus the ones that will still be here, you know, like 2 to 5 years later.
95% are going to die.
Yeah.
95% are going to die. Yeah. Yeah, there's also entertainment in watching companies die too.
There's entertainment. Oh man, that's so evil. At least you get to learn from it, right?
On one occasion, he called a journalist for asking him difficult questions. However, he was quickly knocked down by the markets. The louder they are, the harder they tend to fall. News has now come to light that he was cashing out over $80 million each month as Luna was successful. KWON denied these accusations in a roundabout way, but not exactly. In a recent Twitter post, KWON denied cashing out $2.7 billion, but that doesn't account for the $80 million each month that he was apparently taking. He claims that he lost most of his money along with everyone else in the market, and that he was also all in on Luna. The information that he was taking millions from the protocol each month comes from testimony of Terra Labs employees during interviews with the SEC. As a result, KWON is being investigated for money laundering, in addition to the other accusations against him of malice and fraud. Sometimes people just make mistakes, and sometimes businesses fail, but there is significant evidence that KWON had bad intentions from the start.
It's a cycle of life. You begin from nothing and go back to nothing. And that's exactly where I want to be. So I think Terra is going to be the decentralized money standard across the entire blockchain, across all the blockchains. And I'm excited for Terraform Labs to contribute a significant portion of that early vision, but eventually to go back to nothing.
Before launching Terra Luna, KWON worked for another failed stablecoin called Basis Cash. That project failed due to regulatory concerns and investors lost money, but he was never held accountable because he was working under the anonymous name Rick Sanchez, taken from the popular cartoon Rick and Morty. It is obvious to us that KWON has plenty of secrets and he has been very sloppy in his execution. Multiple governments are conducting their own investigations into the scammer, but so are we. Anonymous is looking into KWON's entire history since he entered the crypto space, to see what we can learn and bring to light. There is no doubt that there are many more crimes to be discovered in your trail of destruction. KWON, if you are listening. Sadly, there is nothing that can be done to reverse the damage that you have done. At this point, the only thing that we can do is hold you accountable and make sure that you are brought to justice as soon as possible. We are Anonymous. We are Legion. Expect us.
Well, that was it. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments down below, of course. But I think it's like an entire review of pretty much what started it and how it ended. What they're saying, their research, of course, they know what's going on. And usually when they talk, I know it's from experience that they kind of want to be the justice voice for people against something that is oppressing them, right? And in this case, that's Vladimir Putin 4 months ago. That's, you know, different groups or people, organizations, and in this case, it's DuCoin. And I think their agenda is we're gonna bring you to justice, but because of all the things that happen. Now, what they're gonna do, who knows? But it does make for a lot of vibes and send massive ways to, I mean, the Terra Luna 2.0 project right now, if we're taking a look at it, the price, this is Terra Luna Classic and this is Terra Luna 2.0, which is kind of mimicking the price of Terra Luna Classic. So, guys, this is a message, right, that is coming from Anonymous. Pretty insane, pretty interesting. I will say that it's going to be grabbed by a lot of people because it's kind of insane, you know, to do what DuCoin did, in my opinion. Definitely a lot of people investigating him, and what they're gonna find probably could bring some more details to light, and that could cause even more discord, more conversations, and at the end of the day, more things that DuCoin is just hiding right now. Who knows? There's a lot of speculations at this time, but one of the things is that he had an interview, DuCoin, he had an interview with the Wall Street Journal, and where he kind of like goes ahead and says he feels devastated, right? We made a video on that. He feels devastated. It is part of that reason that he probably is finding this appeal from the public that he wasn't the bad guy. We don't know if he was a good guy or the bad guy, but I think it's, of course, irresponsible what he went through, right? With the entire people losing everything. And that is why when we go to Terra Luna Classic, people are still believing in the project because they want to see it go up, at least make some money from the dust that went crashing, crumbling all the way to pieces, $100 all the way to less than a penny, right? So I can totally see how people are looking at this and saying, well, if Anonymous is trying to help the Terra Luna Classic community, go ahead. If you actually go ahead and click in this video, you're going to see the comments, and people are kind of like happy to see at least somebody's on their team, on you know, helping them out when it comes to finding new information, because that's what they're pretty much doing. There's nothing threatening, right? Life threatening, which I've seen before in their videos, but in this case, it's just about bringing him to justice and exposing more information and evidence to the public. To me, that is cool, and we'll see how that ends. But once again, guys, we come out, we see DuCoin trending, and there's nothing that he said. And let's go ahead and find him. I don't think he said anything, of course. Haven't checked this, actually. So he's just retweeting. He's always retweeting Terra Luna 2.0 project. So throughout the day, go ahead and stay tuned on his Twitter. He might say something. And from that, that'll be juicy. I'll see you next time, guys. Thanks for watching. Peace.